Hello, and welcome to another episode of Daily Reflections. Pastor Sean coming to you from my front porch here in Sonoraville. It's been a glorious day. Sky and I got up this morning and went out and ran some errands, did some different things that we needed to do. And I came back, and because of the rain, it rained over here a lot. Because of the rain, most of our outside activities were canceled. And so I spent most of the day reading the book of Proverbs. It was on my reading list for this week, and so I just went ahead and read the entire book, all 31 chapters of Proverbs, and am always amazed. I'm always amazed at the wisdom that is in the book of Proverbs. Amazed at the wisdom that is in the Word of God, period. But the book of Proverbs supersedes everything because Solomon lays it out in common terms and explains it to us in a way that we can take it and apply it to our lives immediately. He talks about how wisdom is the beginning of all things, and the beginning of the wisdom is the fear of the Lord. And how fear and reverence to the Lord, not being afraid of, but reverence to the Lord, and honor and reverence is the perfect word there. Reverence and honor to the Lord are what sets you on the right path. We see a lot of folks today who are on the wrong path, who are doing the wrong thing for the wrong reasons and trying to justify it in the name of their cause. I was on the phone today with a lady from Birmingham, Alabama. And as we began to talk, I was paying a bill, and as we began to talk and we began to discuss matters, I asked her thoughts on what's going on in the country. And she said, "You know, Pastor," she said, "some things are right and some things are wrong. And when things are wrong, we need to do everything we can to make them right." She said, "But some people use the wrong methods to try to make something right, and all they do is make it worse." She said, "I've never protested, I've never rioted." She said, "But I do voice my opinion every time that I vote." She said, "I'm not ashamed of who I am, the color of my skin, or what I stand for." She said, "But I am ashamed of what's going on in our country right now." And as I spoke with her and I talked with her, I understood completely what she was talking about. Because our values don't compromise. Whether you're a Republican, whether you're a Democrat, whether you're black, whether you're white, what you believe in and what you stand for, you should not compromise on. I believe a lot of different things, and I stand on those things, and I believe those things. And I have friends who believe the exact opposite, and they stand and believe those things. And when we disagree, it's okay, because I still love them. I still love my friends. I still love those who disagree with me. I still love those who sit on the opposite side of the aisle politically from me. The ideas and the thought process that we have does not change the fact that we all have to believe in Jesus Christ. Solomon tells us there's a way to live a good and pleasant and happy life. And then there's a way to go down to the grave early. If you follow your own desires, if you follow your own lust, if you follow your own evil ways, you will end up in an early grave. But if you follow wisdom, not folly, if you follow wisdom, you will live a long, happy, healthy life. Solomon gives us 31 chapters. He wrote 29 of them. He gives us 31 chapters of his thought process. He gives us 29 chapters there of his own writing, his own penmanship, his own hand, and two that are really, really good. 30 and 31 are outstanding too. But what Solomon is saying is, look down through the pages of time. This wisdom has been good from the beginning of creation. And this wisdom will be good until the end of time. Take the book of Proverbs. Read it, cover to cover. Read the 31 chapters there. And when you delve into it, don't just read it for what's on the page. Look at it. It is a plethora of knowledge. And what you have to do is you have to take it and apply it to your life. If you're happily married and are extremely, extremely faithful to your husband or your wife, those chapters on being faithful, they're water off a duck's back. You already understand that. You already believe that. If you are financially stable, then those on lending instead of borrowing, those can roll off of you. All of that wisdom that you've acquired in your life is in that book. And the things that don't apply to you anymore, that's okay. You've learned those lessons. But there's new lessons to be learned in there every single day. You can take that book, those 31 chapters, and see the parallel of what's going on in our world today. You can see those who are unhappy because the godly are in power. And you can see that when the evil comes into power, that the godly, the godly people, the Bible says they run and hide. Not the godly, but the people who are unhappy run and hide. When evil reigns, good people run and hide. They protect themselves. They guard themselves. We're living in a world right now where there's a shift in the balance. And things are changing in the atmosphere. Our president is doing everything he can to hold this nation together. But he needs our prayers. And wisdom says that when the godly are in power, there's peace in the land. When the godly is in power, there's peace in the land. Right now there's turmoil. Right now there's trouble. And it's not because of the godly people that are in power. It's because of people who want to overthrow the government, who are not happy unless the whole thing burns to the ground. We need to pray. We need to seek the face of God. We need to turn from our wicked ways and return to Him. And He will hear our prayers and heal our land. When we're going through the COVID-19 daily briefings from the President, the one thing that Mike Pence continued to say, when it was time for the Vice President to speak, Mike Pence would get up and he would finish his little talk, his informational briefing. He would say, we're praying that this all will happen and we will heal our land. We need the Lord to step in and heal our land. We need Him to heal our land like never before. So this weekend, grab the book of Proverbs. Read it cover to cover, 31 chapters. It's well worth the read. Look at the world around us. You'll see it in that book. And begin to pray. And when you come to church Sunday, come ready to worship in spirit and in truth. Coming from my front porch again with Daily Reflections, Pastor Sean, just saying that I love you. I'm praying for you. I hope to see you Sunday morning, 11 o'clock at Irwin Hill. God bless you is my prayer.